Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to do my response video to Alan the Comic Collector Geek's Friday Comic Challenge. This week the challenge is death. There's going to be death on the cover. So I was thinking, do I have enough books to do this challenge? And I look and I have way over 10. So I'm going to do it. So let's get started. I'm going to have my 10 books plus one extra. I always have an extra. I'm going to save the best book for last. All right, so that means you got to stick with me. Don't leave, all right? All right, so the first book is Justice League 110. This features the murder of Santa Claus from 1973. Look at that. So basically, the story starts out, Superman and Batman arrive at where the Santa Claus is at. I guess this is his apartment. They're going to take him to the orphanage, and he's going to be Santa Claus, and then there's a big explosion. So the story is they have to investigate and find out who killed Santa Claus. And they do, of course, and the bad guy gets hauled away or whatever. But yeah, this is a good story. And yeah, who would want to kill Santa Claus? Man, somebody on the bad list? All right. So if you have been a viewer of my channel, you know that I like Archie comics and especially Josie and the Pussycats. I love Josie and the Pussycats, especially on their adventure type stories. So this is a Josie number 58. It's probably 1972. This features a great story, the Voodoo Swamp, a chilling tale of suspense. So basically you have, there's some voodoo going on and Josie disappears in the swamp and the gang, they go searching for her and they see Josie's guitar and the skull. So they think Josie's been dead or murdered. So yeah, so this qualifies for the dead part, but it's not really her. But yeah, this is a great cover. I think this is a Dan DeCarlo cover. I know it's Dan DeCarlo Interior Stories. But yeah, this is great. And it's now a giant 25-cent book. Man, I love Josie and the Pussycats. All right, next up. This is a book that I've always wanted. I've wanted it ever since like 1980 or 79 or whenever it came out. So this is Adventure Comics number 462. This features the death of Batman. Now, this isn't Batman of Earth 1. This is Batman of Earth 2. And you can see you have Robin of Earth 2, Superman, Huntress, who's Batman's daughter. You have Flash, you have Power Girl, Green Lantern, and some others up there watching. But yeah, I've always wanted this book. So basically, he does die in the story. And something that's unique, he does stay dead past the story. He's one of the few characters that stays permanently dead. Unless there's a story that I don't know about. But yeah, so this is a great book. I've always wanted this book. It's one of those great dollar DC books. But yeah, The Death of Batman. All right, next is another Batman book. This is from Earth 1. This is Batman 434. This features the many deaths of the Batman. This is like a three-part series. And it had covers by John Byrne, interior art by Jim Aparo. And basically the story is the villain gets these folks to dress up as Batman and do something, and then they die. So that's why they're in the morgue. But yeah, that's a pretty good story. I would like to have the other three books in the series. I used to have them years ago before I sold my collection. All right, next up is a fan favorite book. This is X-Men, and this is number 42. This features the death of Professor X. And it's true. It's not a hoax. It's not a dream, not an imaginary tale. This is for real. This guy dies. Professor X dies. However, it's really not Professor X. It's really a changeling who's taken places with Professor X. So they kind of hype it up, but later on, I think it's several issues later, it's revealed that it was a changeling and Professor X returns. But yeah, look at that art. That's John Buscema. Yeah. Could you imagine back when this came out, going into the newsstand or the spinner rack and pulling these off? That'd be a great book to pull. All right, next up, another fan favorite. He's really not my favorite too much, but people like him. Daredevil, this is 65. And it features Karen. She's dead. So, I don't think she's really dead, though. But, yeah, this is, who drew this? This looks like, I don't know who drew this, but If somebody knows, let me know. Yeah, so that's Daredevil 65. I'm not a big fan of Daredevil. Now, the next book I am a big fan of. Actually, it's one of the first books I ever bought. Not this one, but the series is Incredible Hulk. This is Hulk 148. It's a nice 20-cent book, early 70s. And it says, "You killed Jarella, the girl Hulk loves. For that, you will die." The Girl in the Emerald Adams. This art by Trimpey and Severin. So if you don't know, the Hulk had a girlfriend named Jarella. And this is not Jarella. This is a robot. So the Hulk gets all wound up. They kill her. And he's just going crazy. And then she walks out and says, it wasn't me. It was a robot. It was a machine. So the weird thing is she does die 50 or 60 issues later. And I think it was number 208 or 207 or something. But yeah, the Hulk can't catch a break. All right, next up is another favorite of mine. This is Marvel Team Up number 59. This features the death of Yellow Jacket. He's laying there dead, so this qualifies as dead on the cover. They're fighting the villain called Equinox, and yeah, he's laying there dead. But as you read the story, he comes back at the end and defeats the villain. So he's not really dead, but he's dead on the cover. So this is a good book. Interior art by John Byrne. This is some of the best John Byrne art you'll ever see in this issue here. Yeah, this is great. All right, next up is another Justice League book. This is another 100-pager. This is number 112. And this is Amazo. And he has killed all the Justice League. Look at that. He's just laying there on their dead bodies. But as it always turns out, they're not really dead. But they're dead on the cover. And this is a great 100-pager with all these reprint stories. If you guys can pick these up and read the stories. I used to read these as a kid. This is how I know so much about the older comics. Because they had all the reprints. You have the Golden Age and Silver Age reprinted in here. I just love it. So you have Starman, and you have Seven Soldiers of Victory, and Super Exiles on Earth and stuff. It's just great. All right, this is number 10 book. And this is one that I've had CGC graded. I thought it was a 9.8. I was very happy, and I get it back, and it's not a 9.8. It's a 7.5. It's a long story. I've went over it in one of my other videos. You can watch that. But so basically, this is Wonder Woman's dead. It says Wonder Woman finally rejoined the JLA just in time for her funeral. Look at that. Poor Wonder Woman. It seems like she dies in every other issue, or somebody dies. All right, that's my 10 books. I have one bonus book, and it's the best book of the bunch. So in all of the comicdom, you have deaths, people come back. There's famous deaths, like Jean Grey killed herself. You have Uncle Ben, he stayed dead. You have Captain Marvel, he died of cancer, he never came back. Now there's one character that she did come back, but the way she died was pretty iconic. So in Spider-Man 121, Gwen Stacy passed away. And so we have Amazing Spider-Man 122 with the cover of Spider-Man holding the dead Gwen Stacy. She got her neck snapped when Spider-Man tried to save her. The webbings kind of broke her back, her neck. And it's just a sad thing. But this is probably to me, the most iconic death cover in comics. Because look at that. It's sad, Spider-Man just couldn't catch a break, and then his girlfriend gets killed. So, yeah, I just love this book. All right, there you have it. You have my 10-book response video to Alan the Comic Geek Collector and his Friday Comic Challenge of Death on the cover. So you guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please check back, and I will talk to you later. Bye.